What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and today I am going to be leading you down a wonderful path of remembrance before we get to our ultimate end goal here. That is just so hilarious, so awe-inspiring that my heart is a flutter with joy about what we had announced yesterday, that it makes my heart beat, my cold, dark heart. And what is that information that we are going down? Well, I'll bring us right on over here to Rotten Tomatoes. We're talking Velma, ladies and gentlemen. So when it comes to Velma, Velma was a series that was originally put out and handcrafted in the most disgusting way possible. It was solely created to attack, demean, and destroy everything that came prior to its current iteration. It was solely made with this vendetta to destroy Scooby-Doo and try to inject this form of intersectional feminist politics all throughout it. But they failed so much because they were even getting lambasted by their own side, and people were coming out even calling Mindy Kaling a right-wing provocateur. It was disgusting to see, and audiences even noticed it. You could come over here, and I know this is on Velma Season 2 right now, but Velma Season 2 was rated a 10. The all-around series was just given a 10 by audiences. This was one of the lowest reviewed shows in history. This is how bad this show was. And it just kept getting worse because you come over here. Mindy Kaling claims Velma is an icon for young gay women and promotion of HBO Max's Velma series. I want you guys to realize, not only did they believe in this radical gender and racial identity politics dribble, so much so that they actually mandated that each character be represented by the voice actors. So they had to go around changing each character's race to match said voice actor's race. They also went so far as to make Mindy Kaling's Velma a disgusting, obnoxious, disturbing and I don't mean that to like demean lesbians. I mean that as like Velma, like this version of Mindy Kaling, honestly, was just disgusting, disturbing, and an all-around eyesore the entire time. They played on that. Usually in these shows, they try to say that everybody falls in love with her and she's beautiful and the bestest ever. No, they specifically play into the idea that she is disgusting the entire time while everybody falls in love with her and wants to be with her. Oh, what other news did we have? Oh yeah, I brought it up, but HBO Max dude Velma facing more backlash over insensitive sickle cell joke. This show was getting despised by both sides. People that even agreed with Mindy Kaling on the basis of politics were coming out attacking the show. They were saying that this show is racist. This show is disgusting. What are you doing here? You're doing this awful stuff. They were attacking the show constantly. It was funny to see. Not one person actually liked the show. And recently, they had a brand new Halloween special that got dropped. I didn't even know it was coming out. My buddy Adam, the Renaissance Nerd, was mentioning it. He thought it was coming out at the end of the month. Oh, this dropped just a few days ago. And wouldn't you know it? Doesn't seem like anybody actually saw it. And the ratings don't even approve of it either. And when the show got brought up for season 2, a lot of people were coming around saying, this is why you don't hate watch. This is why you don't watch shows that are bad and review bad shows. This just shows you that the show was viewed so much that Max thought it was a good idea to give it a second season, despite the fact that the show was contractually obligated to at least get 2 seasons. That's usually how these animated show contracts work. So when we get it finally announced that Velma will not be getting a 3rd season, you gotta sit here and laugh at it. You gotta sit here and acknowledge the truth. This show was bad. This show was so awful that when season 2 dropped, it dropped in a batch drop. That means they dropped it all at once, walked away, barely any promotion, just showed up, went their own direction, and said, we're not even gonna bother trying to promote this garbage because it's so sickening and disturbing and not one person likes it, that we're just ignoring it. And then they do the exact same thing for their Halloween movie. Just drop it, no real promotion for it. Nobody really knew this was gonna be coming out. It appears moves on, and just a few days later, they come out and say, yeah, it's not getting a third season. Nobody wanted this show. Nobody liked the show. And I want you guys to realize I reviewed all of season 1. Every last episode of season 1, I reviewed. I talked about the show relentlessly because it was sick. It was disturbing. It was not a good show. It was filled with hate and spite for what came prior. It despised Scooby-Doo in the actual Scooby-Doo franchise. It despised Hanna-Barbera. It hated itself, so much so that it never even really introduced Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was in season 1, but it was a government program designed to try to put the brain of humans into animals. And then when you get into season 2, one, I didn't really watch it. I just got it osmosisly told to me by my friends. They informed me. Yeah, season 2, they introduced Scrappy-Doo as a zombie-like disturbing puppy going around and solely attacking men and eating men's genitalias. Why? Because this show hates itself. This show hates everything that it is. And it solely existed to be Mindy Kaling's self-insert into a world where she's still Mindy Kaling. She views herself in a disgusting way, but at the same time, everybody loves her. This show was awful. This show was abysmal. It was filled with some of the most disturbing scenes ever on all animated shows and all content ever existed. A lot of people wanted to come out here and say, well, it's an M-rated series. You know, it's only for mature audiences, 18 and up, blah, 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 blah. Not even 18 and up shows do what this show did. And even on top of that, they recognize what actual humor is. And this show wasn't funny. It was just hateful the entire time. So seeing it get canceled makes my little heart beat just a little bit more, because it makes me understand that nobody liked this show. Not one person wanted to even engage with this show. And HBO Max is doing honestly the correct thing and canceling this show. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it up, friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.